I've created an absolute banger of a setup. We've tested it with a couple of teams, one great team, one team that's absolutely criminal, and it's worked so sweet. The first simulation was done with Manchester City, who are predicted to finish top end of the Premier League. The second simulation was with Accrington Stanley, predicted to finish 24th in Sky Bet League 2. So one amazing team, one dreadful team. I do apologise if there is any Accrington Stanley fans watching this, but either way, it's the only way to test the tactic fairly. You can't run this setup or any setup using just a top team in every league. Wouldn't work. That's not a test. This is why we've created this belter. It took me a long time to tweak and change things to get this ready for pretty much any team on FM26. The first team we're going to be diving into is Manchester City. Now, out of the 4 competitions, we did win 3. The famous treble with the Premier League, the FA Cup and the UEFA Champions League. First of all, the Premier League, we did win that with 24 wins out of 38 games, only losing 3, achieving also the best goal difference in the entire league. In the FA Cup, it was a very successful run. Somehow Sunderland got to the final, but we did get the job done on penalties in a game we pretty much dominated and should have won in normal time. In the Champions League, we did win the group stage undefeated alongside Real Madrid. As we progress through each round now, we beat Atletico Madrid on penalties. They put up a very good defensive display across the 2 legs. In the quarter-final, we beat Barcelona 7-3 on aggregate. Really impressive performances across the 2 legs. Semi-final, beating Liverpool 6-4 on aggregate, getting us through to the final where we did take on the Gunners. We managed to win 2-1, a closely contested match against a very good team, but we got the job done to bring home that famous treble. In the Premier League, there was no one close to catching Erling Haaland regarding goals. 43 goals in 36 appearances. It was absolutely quality. But not just that, he got 71 goals in total. Absolutely crazy across 52 games. Erling Haaland, we all know it, what a player. With this setup, you will dominate the ball. Whether you're Man City, whether you're Accrington Stanley, you will be able to control the tempo of the game. 63% here at Man City. We already know how fantastic this is regarding goals and going forward. Top of the tree there with 86 goals. When it comes to conceding, considering we're playing on the front foot, only conceding 40 goals out of 38 games. Slightly more goals conceded than Villa and Arsenal, but still, we went on to win the league. We've got a really nice blend with this setup of attacking prowess and a defensive wall at the back. With this setup, there's a massive emphasis on ball retention. When you've got the ball, of course, the opposition haven't got it to pass the ball around, and you can see the passes completed against is a couple of thousand less than the closest team there in Arsenal and Liverpool. So we've kept that ball very well. And like we said, it carries on into Accrington Stanley as well. On the individual players, plenty of goals from across the team, but we know Haaland with 71. But when it comes to assisting, the 2 attacking midfielders, of course, we'll look at the setup soon. The magical matrix setup I've created. 20 and 18 for them 2. So 38 assists between them. Crazy. Cherky chipping in. And what you'll notice is we get a lot of quality there from people in that left back position. 11 assists for Ait Nouri with 3 goals. And also Gvaridol with 7 assists as well. So a really well-rounded tactic. And it's worked. An absolute dream. Now, moving on to Accrington. We was involved in 4 competitions. We didn't win the Virtue Trophy. We don't really care. And obviously, we didn't win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. That is not really going to happen. But where the magic happened, Sky Bet League 2 went on to win that playoff final against Fleetwood. Couldn't quite believe it. Some magical performances in here from the whole team. We finished in 7th and people be like, whoa, that's not crazy. The team we've got, stats-wise, it's really poor. There's some really old players in here. So to finish there, 21 wins, we only lost 12 games. That's the same amount of losses compared to the team that won the league. We drawn a fair few, but getting 76 points and actually doing a playoff miracle, a promotion miracle with this team is absolutely crazy. and it all comes down to this setup that I've created. What do we see on that screen again now? Considering we're meant to be the worst team in the league, we had the most possession of the ball, 65%, which is 2% more than what we did at Manchester City. Of course, that's the Premier League, whole different ball game. But that is a very, very impressive number. You can also see us leading the way with a long lead in yellow cards, crunching people, but that is all part of this setup. On the goal side of things, we did get 80 across 49 games. Not a shabby return at all. This is a crazy stat. Passes completed. Crew in second got 27,162. They finished top. We are completing 33,550. Granted, we played a few more games, but that's a massive amount of passes completed compared to anybody else in the entire league. But the good stuff continues. Our conversion rate, shots on target, is absolutely crazy with this setup. High intensity sprints, we're leading the way again by a couple of hundred. A real emphasis on teamwork, commitment and desire. Once again, passes completed against us were very, very few. The only team to beat us slightly in that statistic is Crew, who actually went on, of course, we know, to win the league. So this Accrington Stanley team is no Manchester City, obviously. They've got some really old players in here. The likes of Sean Wally, Paddy Madden. They've got qualities really, really at a premium. But saying that, Catton there, the striker, getting 27 goals across 49 games. Of course, it's not Haaland statistics, but Charlie Catton is not Erling Haaland. We had more goals from Tyler Walton, Isaac Heath from attacking midfielder, 10 goals. Pretty much a nice spread of goals across the entire team. But when it comes to assists, what do we see leading the way on the team sheet? Isaac Heath, 10 goals, 14 assists from that attacking midfield centre. Our second attacking midfield centre, Sean Wally, 9 goals, 11 assists at 38 years of age. And looking at him, guys, he's not particularly very good. And like you said, Isaac Heath, probably one of the better players at the football club on loan from Everton, but they both had fantastic seasons. And what will you notice again on there? What will you notice, guys? It's not just the two attacking midfielders, it is that wing-back left position. It's Logan Pye, and he's got himself 11 assists and 3 goals. So very impressive for a player really on limited quality. So here it is, the ultimate possession setup. First thing we are going to touch on is the mentality. It's set to attacking. We want to try and play on the front foot, and we are using the combined view on here so we can see what both the players are doing in and out of possession. First of all, the goalkeeper is a ball-playing goalkeeper. No instructions added to him, and then a sweeper keeper when we're out of possession, looking to mop up any balls that may come over the top. But on the centre-back left, we have a ball-playing centre-back, standard instructions. But on the right-hand side, we have another ball-playing centre-back, but we'll look for him to stay a little bit wider, as you'll see why shortly. In the centre of the defence, we have an advancing centre-back. When they get the ball out, they will look to push up then into centre midfield, maybe even defensive midfield, looking to offload that ball then into our deep line playmaker or box-to-box midfielder. But we'll get to them shortly. On the wing-back left position, standard wing-back, nothing added to him at all. And when out of possession, he is going to move into a, is that a pressing? It's a pressing fullback, isn't it? Yeah, pressing fullback. On the right-hand side, something a little bit different. We've got a playmaking wing-back. He's got a little bit more freedom to move out wide, maybe even moving centrally, looking to make another option available in the middle of the park there. So you can see then why our ball-playing centre-back will look to sit a little bit wider there as he goes forward, or maybe cuts inside. Our box-to-box also going to go up front. So we need a little bit more cover on that right-hand side. So a really, really nice setup down that right-hand side. In the centre of the midfield, we've got 2 pressing centre midfielders when out of possession, but in possession, 1 box-to-box, standard instructions, nothing added to him, and also a deep line playmaker as well. It's going to sit in and feed the ball into our 2 attacking midfielders. On the left-hand side of the attacking midfield centres, we've got an attacking midfielder we've instructed them to make more runs forward, and when out of possession, we can't see what's going on there. So it's going to be, we have an inside outlet winger, so we will be able to counter when we do win that ball back, which has worked very, very well considering the amount of goals he scored from attacking centre midfield. In the partnership position next to him, we've got an attacking midfielder. Once again, make more runs forward, but then we'll also turn him into a tracking winger. It makes sense for this one here to get back because we've got the box-to-box going forward, the playmaking, the wing-back going forward. As he drops out wide right then to drop a little bit wide at our centre-back, we've also got him then dropping in to this position there. So it's really, really worked very, very well. On the striker position, we have a centre-forward, bog standard, nothing changed on him at all. Get up there and cause some problems. But when out of possession, we've got as a central outlet centre-forward. If you're going to stay up front, we've got two players up there to receive the ball and potentially, well, not even potentially, they're going to get us goals. It's proven to be the case, whether it's Haaland or Catton here at Accrington Stanley. So overall, a really, really shrewd setup, and each position complements each other very, very well. The team instructions, when in possession, we've got much shorter passing, a tempo set to high, which I thought was going to struggle, being a much poorer team than Man City. Didn't prove to be the case. Our attacking width is set to much narrower. The transition counter-attack, of course, we want to spring them counter-attacks going forward. And regarding the creative freedom, we've asked our players to be much more expressive on the ball. In the final third, we are going to discourage dribbling. We're working the ball into the box patiently, and we are going to discourage shooting from distance. Maybe we could have scored a few more goals if we'd shot from distance, but I wanted to really pick apart the opposition and play for the lines, play for the defence, and create some really good opportunities, which did work very well indeed. Obviously, as we're playing very, very narrow, it makes sense to progress through the middle of the park, and we're looking to pass that ball into feet. We're not going to pass into space because we're going to have nobody to run onto it at all because we are very, very compact. Look at this here. We're literally so narrow, it's crazy when we're in possession. So all that there made perfect sense to do. But on the build-up, we are going to play for the lines. We are going to take short goal kicks, and we're going to distribute the ball to our centre-backs. Primarily, the advancing centre-back, who is going to look to carry the ball forward into centre midfield. When we don't have the ball, our line of engagement is set to a high press, and we've got a much higher defensive line, really trying to force the opposition back, pin them into their own half, and it's worked very, very well. We are going to trigger the press much more often, and we're also going to counter press when we don't have the ball, looking to win that ball back ASAP. And I can't believe we managed to do that with the likes of Sean Wally sort of leading the line with his 4 pace. But yeah, on the high press, we are going to look to trap inside. Makes sense once again because we're playing very, very narrow. We've got plenty of numbers in the middle of the park, and we're also going to do the short goalkeeping distribution. We are going to press the opposition, try and win that ball back, force an early kick, and then we could scoop up from our sweeper keeper, who is going to get any balls over the top with our high line. When it comes to this now, we are going to trap inside like we've discussed here from the mid block, and that's worked very, very well. We're very compact. We've even got our pressing fullback, our playmaking fullback cutting inside there and looking to give an extra man in the middle of the park. Regarding the cross engagements, I was having my tracking players and my fullbacks looking to get out, press the opposition and stop crosses coming into the box, which worked really well because even if they did get a cross in, we've got the 3 centre-backs in there. We've got the numbers to clear the danger, but it did work very well for us. I think it's only right to jump into a few highlights to look how this tactic fared on the field. Now, if you want to see a really quick interchange of play here from us, it's great. You'll see the numbers you've got forward now. Love getting the ball back to Rawson. And then you can see how our wing-backs then will cut inside. So you've got Rawson the ball now. We get a quick interchange here in the middle of the park. Look at these triangles. It's absolutely beautiful. We played our way through. Heath has managed to find a pocket of space there from his cam roll. And who do we have coming forward here? Catton with the supporting run. It's a great ball. Make no mistake, guys. That was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful goal. So our next goal now is an absolute banger. We put the press on very, very nicely indeed. We're going to force them to put a wild ball into the box. We get it clear. Wally, using his 4 pace, getting forward now. He's going to have to check back, you would have thought. Look, he does. He hasn't got the legs anymore. but we've got an extra man. We've got 3 players there in the middle of the park. We've got the numbers. We're coming forward, but Heath into Catton, back to Heath. Pye with that supporting run down the left-hand side. He's got on the blind side of his defender, got round behind him, cut inside and provides us with a lovely finish across Macy in goal. And he does strike us into a really, really impressive 2-1 lead. This goal here, we was 2-0 down in the playoff final, and it was surely curtains, but not this time, because down their left-hand side, Pye on the ball from a throw-in, found Martin, back to Pye, drives forward, Heath getting ahead of his defenders, finding a little pocket of space, once again, little freedom of movement to switch and move around the field, pulls it back, and who's in there? It's the very, very experienced veteran in Sean Wally, 2-1, and they were back in the game. Now, the winning goal in this game all comes from the quality of Wally. You can see how he tracked back then. We expected him to track back. He does. He gets back and wins that ball. Starts to drive out wide, but cuts it back to Bayres. Offering himself for the ball again. Ball's inside to Martin. We have got plenty of numbers here. We've got plenty of options. And what we're seeing down the left-hand side again, we've got Pye in acres and acres of space. As 26, he's looking the wrong way. Rooney is occupied with Heath there. Wally gets the ball. Wally into Heath. Heath goes past his man, pulls it past the goalkeeper. 87 minutes on the clock, and that was the winning goal to fire Accrington back into Sky Bet League One. So to summarise, with this setup, you don't need to be the best team in the world. Yes, you can be Man City, but you can also be someone with a lot less quality in their ranks, i.e. Sean Wally. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider smashing that subscribe button. Also, make sure to give the video a like. It is massively, massively appreciated. The Matrix setup will be available to download for you guys all to use. You'll find it in the description section, also down below in the comments. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all next time.